Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I have another full face video for you all. I was very kindly sent some products from Sleek. So these were all gifted to me. This isn't a paid advertisement, if that makes sense. They were just sent to me. They haven't asked me to make this video. I was just like, you know what? You've sent me a full face. I'll do a full face. So I'm going to do that today. It's been a very, very long time since I've tried Sleek. Not for any reason, just because I kind of just haven't, I guess. But just before we get into that today, if you guys don't know who I am, hi. I don't know why I waved. Hi, my name is Robert. I'm a professional makeup artist here on YouTube, but also in real life. And it is my goal here on YouTube to help you become a pro yourself or just someone who is really good at makeup. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then please consider subscribing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with my brows first, move on to eyes, and then the rest. Okay, so let's have a little zoom in. Everything's wobbling. Why is everything wobbling? All right, so I have nothing in my brows at the moment, so I'm just gonna comb them through. Now, the color that I was kind of sent is maybe a little bit too light, but I want to try the products and see how it is. So we are going to try the brow kit. This is the shade Extra Dark. If you're not familiar with Sleek, Sleek is available here in drugstores. So this has like a brow pomade and then a powder. I don't like using these little bits that come in, so I'm just gonna get rid of those. So what I'm gonna do first of all is I'm gonna take a very thin brush. This is the Sigma E68. I'm just gonna go through the powder first. I'm just gonna do like tiny little hairs. The powder does look quite light in the compact, but the shade is extra dark. See how extra that dark is, hey? Yeah, it's a tiny bit too light for me, but we're experimenting, so that's fine. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of powder in eyebrows because I find it makes the brow look really flat. You see how like that looks flat, whereas hair has a little bit more texture to it. In terms of a powder product though, it is quite nice. Like it goes on. It's not too dusty. It's not too ashy either. I've just basically put my brush into here and gave it a little wiggle. I think with a little bit of a tidy up with a bit of concealer and a bit of foundation around the top will make them look fine. That's again my problem with powder, is look how matte and flat they look. I'm not a big fan of powder. So I don't have an eyeshadow base from them, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my own. I've got really bad allergies today, so do excuse my leaky eyes. And what I'll do is I'll just take the concealer they sent me and I'm just gonna kind of carve out the brow just before we get on with the eyes. So I have the LIFEPROOF concealer, and this is a shade 04 Vanilla Chai. It's a really small applicator, which I kind of appreciate. It really stops people from applying too much, and the suction inside is really good. I keep thinking back to the brows. I know some people love like a powder, and I think powder's great if you don't have much hair. It's nice to mix products to have like a powder and a pencil and a pen, so then you get like a little bit more depth. But for me, who just has thick slugs of brows, not the best option. Okay, so I'm kind of spoiled for choice for palettes. I've been given the Major Morphosis eyeshadow palette. This looks really nice actually. It has these really nice shimmers in the middle and some quite neutral mattes. This looks like a great overall kind of palette. Just for, oh, that looks great on camera. Yeah, this looks like kind of just a great overall palette in general. So that could be nice. Then I have the Chasing the Sun palette, which is this one. I don't think I'm gonna use this today. I do really, really like this though. What should we do? And then I was also sent some of the loose pigment here. Look at that bluey purple. Guys, you know I have to do it. I can't look at a purple product like this that has that duotone. It makes me salivate. And then I have the Pigment Transformer glossing mixing medium, which I guess you mix with the pigment and it makes like a nice watery base. But before we do that, let's do a little bit of a, what? Oh my collar. So let's go into this palette and let's take this shade right up here. Very nice. Wow. Oh my god, it blends really easy. It goes on really well. Wow, it blends super easy. You guys know me and drugstore eyeshadows. We don't get on very well. I think the e.l.f. eyeshadows are the best ones I've used that I actually like. But I can see myself adding Sleek to that. This is just a neutral tone. Oh, I keep looking at my microphone like it's camera. This is just a neutral tone, so let's not get too carried away. But I mean, just look how easy that is to blend. Very nice. I'm very impressed. Wow. All right. Where to go next? Okay, let's mix up this pigment. I'm going to take a tiny little bit in a dish like this. Oh, it has a little lid. Oh, that's cute. I've put a tiny little bit in a dish there. I'm going to add 1 drop, 1.5 of this solution. Can you see that duotone? Like that duotone greeny. Look at that color. I'm just going to do that on a whole lid. Oh. Oh my god, it's metallic. It's like, it feels like, oh, I don't know, it feels like jelly. It's really, really nice. I wonder how that's gonna sit on the lid though. Oh my fucking, I love that. Look at that color. Oh my god, that is stunning. Oh my god. Wow, 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 wow. I love that green. So I'm gonna let that dry it down. I think I maybe put half a drop too much in there. Let's come back to the eyes in just a moment, and let's take another look at the LIFEPROOF concealer, the one I used to carve out under the brow. So let me just tell you something. I don't think I color correct very much here on this channel because color correctors nowadays are insane. They're bright orange, they're bright purple, they're bright whatever. This is Ditch Dark Circles. Is that the shade? LIFEPROOF color corrector. Look at this shade, how peach it is. For my skin tone, anyone lighter, you don't need bright orange. You might just need a little bit of peach. I never really color correct here on this channel, so I thought it'd be nice to show you while I have one. And I'm going to take a very small eyeshadow blending brush. This is the Sigma Detail Blending, the E27. And when I'm color correcting, I'm not going to take it the whole way across and halfway down my face. I'm going to pat and concentrate that color where I am deeper in tone. So I'm not moving it anywhere else because I don't need it to be anywhere else. I just need it to be in the deeper areas. And for me, that's on the inside corner of my eye here and just on the outer corner there, which we're probably going to cover with eyeshadow anyway. But you can see, look, it covers so easily. You don't need that much. And that's a great color to go for. You don't go bright orange, go peach. The only kind of skin tone that works really well for deep orange like that is a deeper skin tone. Or if you have extremely dark circles, it's almost like you want to choose a color corrector based on how dark your circles are. If they are extremely dark, then go extra orange or red. If they're not extremely dark at all, then you just need the smallest amount, and I'm happy with that. And let's go in with the Vanilla Chai. So this is quite light for me. They did send me another color, but it's actually too dark. So I'm just going to do my little concealer technique right here. And actually, they sent me another LIFEPROOF color corrector, and this one's slightly more yellow. This one is called Banana Brightening. However, for me, it's yellow, so I'm just going to tap the tiniest, smallest amount in areas where I get slightly red. Yellow cancels out red also, as well as green. So you'll find a lot of time, if you have a yellow tone foundation, you don't need color corrector. So let's tap the color corrector again, just where we need it. And here's the thing with color corrector, you almost want it to blend with the skin, but without having to move it everywhere, you know? There's always something on my cheeks up here that shows through, so it'd be nice to see if this covers it up. The texture of these are really smooth. They really blend nicely. They don't look cakey on the skin, which is nice. We may have to add a little bit more when we finish up the eyes. So I'm going to be using the LIFEPROOF foundation in medium to full coverage. It's sweat-proof and oil-free. This is shade LP05. I think it may be slightly yellow for me, like slightly too yellow from looking at the colour. And I'm going to be using my absolute favourite brush of all time. It's a flat kabuki brush from Sigma. And this is the best for foundation. I've also primed my skin as well. I primed my skin with the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Primer. See, I tend not to buy a lot of drugstore foundations because my skin is so neutral that nothing really suits my skin very well because this is quite yellow. So ideally I need a little bit more of a pinky peach added to this because it's almost like the right depth, but it's not the right tone. But that's not a foundation issue, that's a shade issue. The foundation's really nice. It sits really, really well on the skin. It has a nice, like it says, semi-matte finish. That looks really good. I actually really like that. I don't feel like I need to powder it or anything. It doesn't feel greasy on the face. It feels really nice. It doesn't have what I call drugstore smell, where foundations tend to have this very harsh smell. Let's just brighten up a few areas. Let's go back in with that. I keep forgetting the shade. Vanilla Chai. This concealer, a little bit goes a very long way. You definitely don't need that much. So far, so good. Okay, let's go back to the eyes. Let's go for this purple up here. And we'll just concentrate that in the socket right here. This is really good eyeshadows. I really, really like these. Everything's working really, really well. Blending well together. I'm just going back in with my Sigma Diffuse crease brush and really buff out that colour. I'm going to take the Sigma Exact Blend brush. Okay, let's go for this shade right up here. I'm going to take that just on the inside corners. That has a very strong pigment to it. I'm just going to soften it up a little bit just by buffing it. Not really moving it anywhere, just buffing it in place. I just want to make the outside corners a little bit darker, so I'm going to take this darker brown. I'm just going to draw on the shape that I want first, and then we can buff it out. I'm just going to take a little bit more of a shadow that we used before and just build up the colour. Not because we have to, but I really like it, so I just want to. It is creased like the tiniest bit, but not as much as I thought it would have creased. I thought it would have been really liney and wet, but it almost has like this stickier, tacky texture to it, so it doesn't actually crease too much. So I'm going to take the Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter. This is a great brush for highlight. And I'm going to use the colour that we're using inside corner for eyes. I'm going to try a tiny bit of that on the cheeks. I'm going to put a bit on my brush and then tap it off on the back of my hand because it is very strong. That'll do it. There you go. Nice. I'm sure they do make highlighters. Oh, that's a really nice highlighter actually. All right, so we are spoiled for choice for lips. So these are calling out to me because you know I don't like too much color on my lip. These are the Lip Volve Gloss Transforming Lip Topper. That looks quite gold. Yeah, that's very gold. Glitter just makes me feel so uncomfortable. Let me take that off. Guys, my skin's looking really good. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put on a clear gloss. Because that's how exciting I am. Oh, I love these applicators. It's almost like a spatula. Feels nice. And then I'm going to take the 90s Baby shade and I'm going to place it really strategically. So I'm going to do a tiny bit here. I want to almost mimic light. So let's capture where the light catches. And we can make it look even more intensely glossy. Same as how I talk about a highlighter on the skin. You move around and see where the light catches, and then we can add a small amount of colour here. Okay, so I definitely need some kind of colour on my cheeks. Let me grab a blush. I'm gonna get a blush that's a little bit peachier. This isn't from Sleek. And I'm doing peach. I'm not doing a pinky tone because I want it to kind of sync with my own skin tone so it doesn't interfere with like the colour of the product, if that makes sense. Because peach is that kind of neutral yellowy pink. And my skin is yellowy pink, neutral. God, my skin looks great. I love this foundation. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some lashes and a little bit of powder and then we will have everything done. Let's regroup and, what's the word? Summarize. Okay, everyone, this is the finished look. I feel insanely glossy on my lids, on my lips. That skin looks smooth. All I've done is use that primer, maybe it's a primer, and the foundation. And I just put a little bit of powder on, and I use that eyeshadow as a highlighter, which looks absolutely incredible. The eyes don't feel uncomfortable, they don't feel sticky. I did think I was gonna have a little bit of trouble sticking the lash on top of this kind of texture. It's absolutely fine, it's completely secure, went on nice and smoothly. Just waited for the glue to get a little bit tacky and it was fine. The lip product feels really, really comfortable. It has that really nice shine to it, really, really beautiful. I would have put on me something underneath. I should have done that because it does wash me out slightly. That's life, hey. Yeah, I'm really, really impressed. The one thing I didn't like was the eyebrow product. That's it, because I don't like powder on my brows. I don't like powder on thick brows. However, tidied up, it's actually not that bad. That was really, really great. I really liked it. I would like to try a few more of their products. I would like to try some blush, maybe some lip color, a highlighter, a bronzer, and see how I get on with that. I always have to apologize to Sleek for kind of like sleeping on you. I remember some of the Sleek products back in the day. It wasn't when I was wearing makeup, it's when I was doing makeup professionally. So drugstore wasn't something I included in my kit. So it was a kind of brand that I just didn't really take much note of. Now I do makeup on myself for you guys. I absolutely love it. I think it's a really incredible brand. I am so impressed. This eyeshadow is insane. I think it's incredible. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you liked this as much as I do. I think it's just so stunning and sleek. You're in my good books. I think you're really, really, really great. So thank you for sending me all that stuff. Like I said, everything was gifted. I will link everything I used below, including products that weren't sleek, with a few extra bits I added. Also, some may be affiliate links, but I'll clearly mark those. Yeah, well, thank you for joining me. Let me know your opinions below. Let me know if you have any favorite products from Sleek. Let me know if there's another brand you want me to review soon. Consider subscribing if you found this video interesting, or interesting is the wrong word. Great. Or good. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, thank you again, guys, and I will see you very soon. Bye.